Hi guys, welcome to my craft table. Today's little tutorial is super simple. We're going to be taking this little box I made probably a year or so ago. It was my first, and basically it was one of those I just wanted to see if I could do it on my own without help. And I took one piece of wood and cut it into the 5 pieces, screwed it together, sanded it down a little bit, put some screws in it, made myself a rustic wooden box. And since then it's been kind of sitting around. It played catch-all for a while where I put whatever in it. But I was looking at it the other day and I thought, well, most of my things have become kind of festive, and it is winter, and I figured, well, why not this little box? It deserves to go on in life and become pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a stencil on it. I'm going to have it say "Let It Snow." I'm going to have some snowflakes on it, and then I'm going to put some lights on it. It's going to have its own bling, as you would say, and glow in the night. So what you need is a wooden box. You can use just about anything. I've seen you can pick these up at Walmart, and you can find something like it at the Dollar Tree. They'll be plastic, like planter boxes. I think that's what these are supposed to be, are planter boxes. So find yourself a nice little planter box, or make yourself. Take a piece of wood, cut up 5 pieces, stick them together, get yourself a box. And then you will need some, I'm using contact paper. It's just a cheap brand. You can get it like 5 yards for $5, I guess. I'm not sure. And I did use my Cricut again. And I don't know if you can see it, but it says "Let It Snow." It's got some snowflakes cut out on it. I've already weeded it out. You need some kind of a stencil, some painter's tape to hold your stencil down, because this is sticky, but it won't stay down long enough to paint. I'm going to use my little sponge wedges here to do some daubing, for the stencil. So you can use these or paintbrush. Of course, you're going to need your paint, the color that you want. I'm going to use white. Pokey thing to get the stencil off. And then, of course, your little lights. And these are just battery powered. I've had these around for a while. And these are kind of a light blue or white, I guess, but they have like a blue tinge. But any size you want. Just don't make them make sure that this part here is not very wide. I went for these because they were long and narrow, and you want to be able to slide them up into the wood. And of course you're going to need the drill, and I picked a drill bit that was approximately the same size as this, and a little larger. So let's get to work here. See how this goes. This is a first for me, so it could be a fail. You never know. I have more fails to my name than good outcomes, so, but I'm I'm getting used to it, and it all ends up pretty good. So let's see if we can get this off. Peel my contact paper off. It's backing. And there's our stencil. And I am going to trim this off so I can get it to lay flat, flatter. There we go. And then I'm going to use my painter's tape to protect the edges and to hold it down a little tighter. I am a messy person, and I will find the edge of anything just so I could smear the tape or the paint. So put that down. Plus it helps hold it down a little flatter. And yeah, it's very inexpensive contact paper, so it doesn't stick very well. Plus this is stained, which makes it an oil base. Not very much will stick to it. So even like extra, the outdoor vinyl, I guess you call it, it would not stick to it. You don't even waste your time or money. You want to put vinyl on this instead of use a stencil. Make sure that you basically finish off the box. You would sand it, paint it, stain it, whatever, but then put your clear coat on it. You want to put down the clear coat and a good surface for the vinyl to stick to. Do not put your vinyl down and then think that you can go over it with a clear coat or whatever and hold that vinyl down. With time, the vinyl will move, will shrink, and will crack anything that you've got on top of it. If you want something that's going to last and last a long time, you need to finish off your work first, put the clear coat how many layers you want of the clear coat, then put your vinyl down and leave the vinyl alone. Don't put anything over it. But right today we are doing this little stencil. So I'm going to hopefully gently, not smear it too much. I'm going to put my paint down. And this is just the white chalk paint. The stuff I use all the time. And my little daubers. And I'm going to do a very light coat, almost like a dry brush first. And I'm going to try to go straight up and down the best I can. And this will be a very much distressed look. Very rustic and country or farmhouse, whatever you want. That is what I'm going for, I'm hoping for. And let's see how it turns out. Of course, I'm doing it on what is supposed to be the worst day of the year, from what I'm reading in the news. I don't know if you guys even bother, but today is winter solstice in 2017, and the shortest day of the year, first day of winter. But today they're all predicting that starting something new today is not a good idea, because Saturn is out front and she's ruling the day, and she's what they call the mean girl of the bunch. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong today, basically. So they're telling you that stay in bed. But it doesn't help that this is like the start of the panic before Christmas. A lot of vacations start today. People years ago decided that instead of waiting for Friday, getting off work and then going to grandma's house or doing their winter, they would start a day early. Well, that caught on a long time ago, and now Thursday is the travel day. So gridlocks. Of course, the weather is not helping. Mother Nature likes to play tricks. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit, and then I'm going to go over the snow and the it and the let. Let it snow. I do love snow. Believe it or not. I don't like being out in it, but I do love snow. It makes the world look so beautiful. Every time I see it, I just think how lucky am I that I can stand inside of a nice warm house and look out this window and see such beauty. You know, it's just absolutely beautiful. Makes everything look so nice and clean. Well, that is until the snowplow comes by and I see what happened there. And I think my little O just messed up. Yeah. Well, and of course, okay, whoever bet that I would stick my hand in it has won. I have stuck my hand in it. but that's okay. I should make it so you can, before you even watch, you can see what time I stick my fingers or whatever. Alright, now I'm going to leave it alone, because you can literally overdo. Now I'm going to get this out of the way. I'll let that dry for just a second. Turn it around. And I think I've got, it's going to show. They are going to show. So, and what we'll do next is, I actually, when I made the stencil, I counted how many lights. And to make sure that I had, because I want one, like, for the snowflakes. And I kind of want one or two sitting inside the box, so it lights up whatever's in the box. So, and I've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. These weren't in a box to tell me how many, so I had to literally, these have been sitting around. I'm not sure where we got them. I don't advise these. I really wanted those that were on the timer, where you turn them on, say 5 o'clock at night. They will light for 6 hours, go off, and then the next day at 5 o'clock at night they will come back on. But these were laying around and needed to be used, so I'm going to use this in the house anyway. So I should have, I'm going to say 18 snowflakes. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yes, alright. Alright, so this should be dry enough. And we'll pop the tape. And peel this off. See how we did. Da-da-da. Yeah, you really expected me to fold it the other way and wipe my hands right through the tape, didn't you? But I didn't. Okay, get rid of that. Let's pull off the rest of it. Okay. This is where I'm going to stick my fingers in it. See, I lost the little pieces that were here, which I don't think is going to be a big deal. I don't stress too much, especially about the crafts. I do these for fun and to keep my mind busy. I love experimenting and learning new things, and a craft is the best teacher and the most fun you can have learning that I have found. And you always end up with some kind of reward. So there's my little Let It Snow. And now we're going to let that sit for, I'm going to give it 10 minutes. I don't think he'll mind. Grab your coffee or your drink or run to the bathroom, whatever. I will be right back. Okay, we are back and it is dry. So now comes the fun part. We're going to take our drill and drill bit and we're going to poke holes. And like I said, this is the first time for me. So I'm not sure these little ones are going to, I am just going to basically, I'm going to do the big ones and then just kind of scatter holes around. I don't think I'm going to mess up the little ones. I'm just going to poke holes in the two big ones and just poke holes in between wherever I can. Now remember, you do have, at least I do, I have about this much that is the bottom. So the lights are going to have to stay above this right here and away from the edges here. So let's see how we do. And there we go. We have a nice holy box. Alright, I'm going to clean up my mess and we'll start putting the lights in. Alright, now that my mess is all cleaned up and we have our holy box, now we have the lights. And I'm going to turn them on. And I'm going to, I'm not going to be able to see this very well. But I'm going to flip it over so I can see the holes on the inside. And I know this will fit just right up against the edge here. That I did check earlier. So my first light, I'm going to slide into a hole, hopefully, that I picked the right size, and perfect. They slide right in. Let's see if I can make it so you can tell. Okay, I'm gonna dump that right in here. My holes are right here. And I'm going to go into the next one, slide that right in, and this one. See? Can you see them popping through here? And I'm not gluing them or taping them. The wood is long enough, because I don't want them sticking out like they are right now, so I can literally just poke them back in the way so they're nice and flat. And I'm just going to start filling up the holes. we go. Flatten these out a little bit. And there is our Let It Snow. Let me turn off this light right here and get rid of that glare. And here we go. Isn't that pretty? And yeah, there's a couple lights inside. But I think this is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And so unique. I have a little milk crate, or whatever you want to call it, that glows. And I will show you what I'm going to do with it. I have some little bottles that I've decorated. I'm going to stick right inside and make it festive for winter. But this is how easy it was. Just a plain little box that I threw together just to see if I could. A little bit of paint with a stencil. Some Christmas lights that were, I found out that they were actually broken. There is one in there that has no light on it, but they still work. But how unique. And what a pretty gift this would make. I mean, who wouldn't like to have something like this sitting around? People will walk in and go, I want one. So, anyway, that is my little tutorial for today. The Let It Snow box that lights. So, you have a great day. I will see you later.